The No Nonsense Roundtable, a weekly radio show and podcast where host Dom Genova interviews guests from all walks of life, all with amazing stories to tell. And now, here's your host, Dom Genova.
Well, welcome everybody to another edition of your No Nonsense Roundtable. I'm Dom Genova every Saturday right here on WYSL, WLEA. And like I like to remind you, all the past episodes are on No Nonsense Roundtable.com, and there's some pretty extraordinary people that I've gotten the honor of interviewing, and just go there and kind of rummage through it. And if you see anything you like and you'd like to share, like and share it. It helps me out quite a bit. So today, the show obviously is about people you want to know and people you want to know more about. And one of the things that we have here is an organization who has an event coming up very soon, something I'm really interested in, and that is the Geneseo Airshow. Is that what you two guys call it? It's called the Geneseo Airshow. What is your official, before I introduce them, these two people, is that the official name of the Geneseo Airshow?
It is. The Geneseo Airshow, we refer to it as the greatest show on turf because of our grass runway and our grass parking area. So unlike most air shows where you're sitting on hot tarmac, down here we'll be sitting on hot grass.
So who I have on the show right now is Craig Wadsworth and Tina. How do you pronounce your last name? Is Treichler?
Treichler.
Treichler, okay. And I'm going to have you introduce yourselves as what you are, what you do, how long you've been involved with the organization, because I know this, and exactly, Craig, what you said is exactly the point I want to make, is that you have this great big industrial, not to say they're wrong with this, okay, air show coming up at the Douglas Airport in a few weeks or whatever it is, but you have yours coming up. Right now, it's on the 11th and 12th, right of July. It's right around the corner.
It is just a little under 2 weeks away, starting on Saturday and Sunday, the 11th and 12th. Airplanes will be arriving Friday, but unfortunately, we can't be open to the public that day due to crowd requirements. But we'll have activity starting earlier in the week as airplanes begin to arrive. And you spoke earlier, it's hard for me to believe that I was a senior in high school when we had our first air show here in 1980. So I've been involved ever since then. I have an aviation family, and we've been building into a fantastic nationally recognized event.
Yeah, it's one of the jewels of Rochester. There's so many things. It's the Red Wings, and you got the strong National Museum of Play, and you have your organization. Now, Tina, how long have you been with the organization?
I've been with National Warplane for about 10 years. I've served in many capacities, working on our flight experience program. I coordinate that. This year, I'm stepping into the role. I've worked in our flight line division and stepping into the role as air show coordinator for this year.
So, and how many years do you say it's been since 1980s something?
Yeah, we had a few small events prior to that, but in 1980 was our first official air show, and we've had some years where we skipped for various reasons. But really, we're running close up to our 50th anniversary here.
Well, I don't think you can have enough ice cream or air shows. I try to attend all of them. My favorite story, it maybe has nothing to do with what we're talking about now, but my one of my daughters, I won't tell you one, we're traveling home, and she was just a little girl, and we were going through Scranton, Pennsylvania. And these F-16s are flying overhead, and she gets scared, and she sticks her head underneath the dashboard of our car. I mean, it's one of my favorite memories, I have to tell you. But there's always exciting. There's a lot of noise, a lot of stuff going on. And one of the things that I'm really impressed with is the different airplanes that you have there. I mean, let's go through a couple of these, because everybody is familiar pretty much with the B-17, the Flying Fortress, but there's a lot of other stuff there too. You have a B-17 along with that? Is that what I'm saying here?
We do have a B-17 coming. It's Sentimental Journey out of the Commemorative Air Force. It's been a few years since we've had a Flying Fortress, so we're excited that this will be people's only chance to see one in Western New York this summer. But we also have the B-25 Mitchell that was made famous by the Doolittle raid over Tokyo in 1942, and then many others, including some World War I replicas will be here. But we'll also have helicopters from the Army unit in Rochester, and the Life Flight helicopter always makes an appearance. And so we've got from the earliest days of aviation up to the superior air fighter in service now, the F-22.
Yeah, an F-22 Raptor. I mean, talk about something that has some performance and some really spectacular attributes to it. Now, for those people who don't understand or don't know what Craig is talking about, I'll explain some of these aircraft in layman's terms, and maybe I'll impress you, and maybe you can correct me. Okay, so the Flying Fortress was the one what was primarily in Germany, had the a ball turret in the belly of the plane. It was called a Flying Fortress, mainly dropping bombs on Germany. And when everybody thinks of a World War II bomber, that's what they think of primarily. Now, the B-25 was the one that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, right?
No,
What?
that was the B-29 Super Fortress.
Okay, B-29, but that was the one that was pressurized, right?
The B-29 was, and it was a high altitude bomber, and it was a huge technological and performance leap during the war based on the experiences in Europe with the high altitude bombing.
Yeah, and it was a completely different design, and that was supposed to be doing island hopping to bomb Tokyo, whether we had an atomic bomb or not. And then you have a couple of Mustangs, right? Did I
Coming for
lose
the
you?
show? Yes. No, I'm here.
Yeah,
We
a
have
couple.
three
Yeah.
P-51s coming for our show. They're part of a formation aerobatic team, which is really,
Hmm.
really neat to see. They do a tremendous show. They're called the Jack Aces, and they will be attending our show as they have for the past few years. We're very fortunate that one of the pilots is local to the Western New York area.
Hmm.
So he's always a very helpful, big supporter of our show.
And a little trivia: the Ford Mustang was named after the plane. Believe it or not, it was named after the plane because it had a very long hood to it, and it
Mhm.
kind of evoked that look. So, and the Mustang, if you haven't seen the Mustangs, they're very acrobatic, they're very strong, and again powerful and interesting when you have people that know how to fly them in formation and whatever. Now, the other thing is you have a Corsair coming, right? And and everybody, I don't know how many people are interested in it, but just by saying the name Fokker, you have some Fokkers coming, right?
Yep. Those live here. We've got two replicas. They're 1-to-1 from World War One from Fokker, and one's a D-7, which was the preeminent fighter during the First World War, and the other is a Fokker triplane that everybody would recognize from the Red Baron. So
Ah,
both of those will be flying.
so let's talk about the hours and how much it costs to attend and all those other neat things, what you have there to eat and see and whatever, and then talk a little bit about what's there all the time, because you are not just open during auto show car air show season. You're there all the time. So let's talk about the event first and a little bit about the place in the museum. Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about the event. So our gates will be opening around 8:30 each day. People can come in. At that point, they can enter the grounds. And what's really, really neat is we are designed for families. We are a
Mm.
family-friendly air show. So if you have the littles and you need to bring the wagon, you can bring the wagon and bring the snacks and bring whatever you need to make it a family day of it. We encourage families to bring earplugs or headsets
Mm.
for the kids just because when the jets come over, it can be a little scary. We also encourage people to wear sunscreen because it is an air show. You are in a field. There's not a lot of shade trees to sit under. Maybe a wing or two here and there, but shade is a thing that you want to be concerned with. We have a reenactment camp that'll be right by the admission gates this year, and I think that's going to be really neat for families. We have almost 100 reenactors that'll be camping there for the weekend, where people can come through, and they love to talk and share their information with people and families. We also
Now, these people are reenacting the Civil War.
They're doing World War II. I don't know if we have any World War I groups. I think we have a Vietnam era group, and then we have mostly World War II groups.
Oh, that's cool. I never heard of a World War II group like that. Okay, go ahead. What else we got?
Well, we have our STEM tent, which is a really fun opportunity for families to come in and engage with primarily engineer volunteers. And they have some, I want to say, carnival style physics-based games for kids to play. And they'll walk them through principles of aerodynamics and why things work. And that'll be in the STEM tent. We also have one of our performer formation groups will have a representative in the STEM tent all day, and they will be having virtual reality goggles where the kids can sit down and fly their act with them.
That's cool.
So
that's cool. Yeah.
I think that's a really neat addition that we're having this year. We also have a kids zone that is made free by one of our sponsors, Save on SP, proudly sponsors the kids zone. And they come in and they have bounce houses for the kids. They have a space shuttle themed slide. They bring a rock climbing wall and some another trampoline type platform. So normally you'd go to an event like that and the parents would have to pay for that. And we have that hosted free for our families. So I'm always really happy to say this is a family event.
Yeah.
More than just airplanes there. I mean, we have great airplane stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
We really do, but I'm very proud of what we can offer for our families. I also want to say that we have free bottled water provided, very thankfully, to Wegmans. They are a tremendous sponsor for us, and they provide free bottled water. So that's also makes it. I'm a mom. I understand if the kids aren't.
That's great.
Kids aren't happy.
That's
Nobody's going to be having a nice time. So
Yeah.
I understand that. The gates will open around 8:30. With the flying, we'll start around 9:30 and then kind of pick up as the day goes on. We have a concept where guests are invited to get up close and personal with the aircraft. And this is a really unusual idea, that you can get so close to the action at our air show. And that's also really neat to have. We have a tremendous amount of volunteers. I'm going to stop talking in a minute and I'll let Craig.
No, keep on going. This is good stuff. Keep on going.
We have terrific volunteers. We have about 300 volunteers, and I want to thank each and every one of them. They might think, oh, I'm just managing parking. I'm just doing a small job. No, you are a tremendous asset, every one of them. And we couldn't do it without them, truly.
I have this. I'm a little bit of a marketing guy. Okay. and I talk about the concept of getting it all the time. Okay. And we've become very friendly with Naomi Silver of the Red Wings. And this is the way I explain things to Naomi. And she pretty much concurs with this. You have an experience as a family experience. It is supportive. You take care of the kids. You give them entertainment. You provide something for them that's an enjoyable atmosphere that they can share. That just happens to be at a baseball game. And that's what you just explained. You just explained this wonderful experience that you could have with your family year to year to year to year. But we're taking care of you with this. We're taking care of you with that. We're giving you water. We're giving you something for the kids to play with. You get it. I'm seriously. You got my endorsement. You get it. You understand. It's not a bunch of. It's for as good as the big air show is. It's pretty much an air show. Yours is a family experience that is an air show too. So if Dad is interested in. The B-29s, all this other stuff, and there's something for everybody who may not be all that interested in that because you have a lot of stuff, other stuff going on, and you're a day, you're not on tarmac, you're out in the country, and it's a great experience. And plus, there are people like you. Look at the light in your eyes. I wish people could see this on the radio. The light in your eyes. You feel good about what you're doing, and 300 people are volunteering for that. So, kind of good. Very
Teeing
good.
off on what you just said and Tina said, not only are the acts and the displays going on, we also have vendors that will have memorabilia and other things for sale. And we tell people that they're welcome to bring their own refreshments in, but we will have food vendors on site also. And one
Hmm.
of the changes for this year is we are bringing in a cafeteria tent so people can grab something to eat and they'll have a place to sit down under cover where they can
Oh.
have their meal without having to go sit on the grass or in their camp chair. So we're trying that this year. We're expecting it to be well received. But on top of that, all the museum buildings and displays will be
Hmm.
available for people to come in and take a look at. So it's not just what's going on the grounds, but it's also the museum itself. And all of that is one price. And unlike a lot of events and a lot of places, we don't charge for parking. All of our parking is on site. We
Mm.
Matthews Buses is providing, we have shuttle buses that'll run from the general admission parking area out into the display area in a circuit so people can catch a bus if they don't want to walk. But so we have that as well. And again, they're welcome to come in to our display hangar and our main hangar and our workshops and see what we've got going on. And all of that for a single admission price. And children 12 and under are no charge. So if
Mm.
somebody wants to bring the whole family out, we offer that at what we think is a very friendly price. And we've also experimented and continued the last few
Mhm.
years with what we call our tailgate parking, where people can purchase and they have a 20-foot by 20-foot space where they can park their car and have all of their supplies and materials right in that area. So
Mm.
again, it's a great option for families or larger groups. They can, if you've got more than 4 people in your car, getting a tailgate spot is actually a savings off
Mm.
of the ticket price. So we try to cater to a bunch of different opportunities for families and groups to come out and enjoy the afternoon or the day and not have to break the bank to do it.
And well, we got to get down to the retail part of the retail. What's the ticket price?
Currently, it's $45 for general admission pricing. It's
Hmm.
$175 for our red zone tailgate. Which is the closest to the action. We actually just sold out of that for Saturday. We still have that
Mm.
available for Sunday. And we have then what we call the blue zone tailgate, which is just a scotch behind, and that's
Hmm.
for $150.
Now, does that get you both days, or yes or no? Or
No, that's a per day charge.
hmm.
We will be selling the general admission you can purchase at the gate. The price will be slightly higher at the gate, but the tailgate you can only pre-purchase this year. That's a little bit new. We're just changing things up a little bit. You have to purchase the tailgate tickets ahead of time.
Hmm.
So that's something for folks to note. One thing that we get frequently asked question, if you purchase a tailgate seat, many people think, oh, I have to stay in my 20 by 20 box. No, no,
Hmm.
no. That's just where you go. That's consider it your home base. That's where you
Hmm.
return when you need your snacks and you want to sit and watch the show. But you're free to go everywhere. That's probably, well, that and can I bring a pop-up tent are probably the most frequently asked
Hmm.
questions we receive. And we say a personal sized umbrella for sunshade is fine, but not
Hmm.
a pop-up tent.
Well, this is like when you go to a Notre Dame game. You have your area where they have their parking. You bring your cooler and whatever, and the only difference is you're not watching the game when you're at Notre Dame in the tailgate part. So that's a whole nother price structure actually. So how do you if you want to purchase the tickets ahead of time? Let's tell everybody what the website is.
It's nationalwarplanemuseum.com.
I'm really impressed that you got that title and that name though, nationalwarplanemuseum.com. That's got to be I mean, you needed to get that like right when when the internet started. I mean, that's a very good name.
It's very direct, right?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody would pay you a lot of money for that name. I gotta tell you, it's a great name. So anything else you'd like to add before we move on to our other section on the no nonsense roundtable?
Well, one thing I failed to mention, I was so focused on families. Let's talk about veterans. We have a
Mm,
large veterans tent that is on the flight line where we welcome veterans to swing in, have some refreshment, have a seat, visit, share some stories with other veterans, and just be a little bit
mm,
spoiled for the day or for part of the day a little bit. So I just
mhm.
like to mention that. We
And then going off on that, at the same time, we have a special segment in the beginning of the air show where we ask all veterans from all services and all countries to join us on the actual taxiway near the announcer's stand, and we spend a moment recognizing their service and their willingness to serve their countries,
Mm.
sometimes in very difficult circumstances. And last but not least, we are expecting, along with the B-17, to have two World War II veterans that served in
Oh my.
B-17 during the war. We have one, Casey Bukowski from the Buffalo area, flew a number of missions and was eventually shot down and spent 2 years in a POW camp. He's 102 years old, and he doesn't look a day over 90, I got to tell you. But when
That's
we
good.
have our dances here, he's out there cutting the rug with all the
Yeah.
younger ladies, and we are really excited to have both gentlemen coming and give people an opportunity to perhaps sit under the wing of a B-17 and
Hmm.
listen to a man who was there so many years ago.
Now, Craig, let me ask you a favor. Can I get him on a Zoom call? I mean, you see if I can do that with him. That would be, or the other gentleman. That would be a great combination for this show.
We can certainly reach out and see.
See if you can. Yeah.
He's a busy guy. He was just in Europe a few weeks ago, and he puts us all to shame, I've got to tell you. But we can certainly reach out and see if we can arrange that.
Yeah, see if you could do that. I mean, I interviewed a fellow years, well, it was earlier this year, maybe last year. Jack Foy, he was in the Battle of the Bulge. I mean,
Wow.
oh yeah, yeah. These things. I mean, these veterans, and usually I have a section. I try to have a section on the show to honor a veteran because some of the stories are just amazing. You just you have no idea. But that would be absolutely fascinating because I would like to hear him recounting the stories of being in this plane. It's not pressurized. It's how many tens of degrees below zero it is, and the oxygen is freezing up in their masks, and I mean, it was. I mean, from what I understand, it was an absolutely horrible
Mm-hmm.
experience. And how did you get through that? I mean,
Yep.
and that's before all the services we have now for PTSD and all this other stuff. I mean, so
Exactly.
yeah, if you could, yeah, if you do me a favor and see if you could get him to agree to a Zoom call because that would be I would really like to hear his story. And with that, I think that we have a section here in the books, and I hope to sell some tickets for you. And as everybody knows, I don't take free tickets. Okay, I don't like that whole idea, So I will be there, and my wife and I, and we'll see what kind of booth or whatever we want. And no tent. We won't bring a tent. Big
I'm
cooler,
sure we can work it
big
out.
cooler, and the cooler might have some adult beverages in it. I just have to let you know. So
It's okay. One of our other helpers is Warhorse Brewing.
that's
No
good. Oh,
pressure.
that's because a good IPA. I have really gotten a taste for good IPAs, so that's a good place to go.
Uh,
Anyway, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to being there, seeing it, spend some time. Now I would imagine that the Raptor is what wraps up the show on Sunday. Is that it?
it's one of the later acts. Typically, it would be the second to last week. We like to hold people so that we don't have 8,000 people all trying to leave at the same time. So
yeah.
we always hold something back for the very end.
Yeah, yeah, I know that because, like I said, I pay for my own tickets, but when I go to the Red Wings, I might ask Dan Mason every once in a while to give me a parking pass for VIP parking if I have to go someplace real quick. So parking is a big incentive sometime, and you don't charge for parking. So again, thank you ever so much, and I will see you. I'll see you. It's next week or the week after. What is this? 11, 14th?
Yeah.
So whatever. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, it's sooner than we think.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thank you. It's delightful. Really delightful. I appreciate it. You get it. I'm gonna have an award. I'm gonna have the award, the No Nonsense You Get It award. So thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. You can find our previous shows at nononsenseroundtable.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll make more.